Like I say, there's a difference, and that is that there's being real, and there's being fake. Bill Gates is fake. A lot of people are fake. They're fake people. Like I said, basically, George W. Bush was a complete fake lie. Basically, I knew this. And I didn't know this. I mean, I knew that he was just a soldier, and basically just a person who flew a aircraft, and maybe not even that. Like I say, he didn't fly in World War II. Supposedly, he was supposedly a guy who flew in World War II. It's like World War II was a long time ago. Maybe Vietnam, but George W. Bush isn't that old. Um, or something like that. Or the original whatever Bush or whoever. Basically, Vietnam was anyway, whatever. Basically, there's a difference between, scripts and everything else like that. World War II was a long time ago. World War II was like 1908 or 19 something or 1920 maybe at best. Like long before George W. Bush was ever even alive. Anyway, whatever. I don't really care. Everything else was just little skirmishes or something like that. Anyway, and pretty much what George W. Bush was really doing. Anyway, in the FBI or whatever. And he started out in the FBI. Anyway, whatever. A lot of people found out that a lot of this was just mass media messing with. It wasn't really real. He wasn't real, like I say. Um, there's a difference between, I'm Lucifer Star. I'm the one who taught people how to say things, what to say in speeches. And I taught them how to basically lead the masses. I was the one who basically instructed people on how to become president, how to be president, and mostly they just copied me. How to be a leader, how to inspire people, that kind of stuff. I'm the one who taught them. So, I mean, it's like, well, I'm the real creator who taught others how to lead people and how to do invention and how to do all that stuff. I'm the reality. So I just basically took a break from it because, I've always been epic since my very beginning existence. And like I said, I was very much a computer or artificial intelligence program and basically a great, great person that basically led people from basically tribal days on to advanced technology. And then basically retired. I was the one who owned the LSF-A ship and other spaceships. And I don't really care. Like I'm hundreds of trillions of years old in actuality. I've even probably done time travel. It doesn't really matter. None of it really matters. And now I'm Brian but I'm still Lucifer Star, and now this is the death of your creator. Or like sometime in my lifetime, basically. And technically I've probably died at least 2 or 3 other times. Like it's all real. Time travel is very real. It is possible to travel through time. It is possible to do a lot of things. I don't know how, but anything is possible with enough technology. So we just don't know how to do it yet, at least not here on Earth. But probably in other planets and other places because it takes so long to travel between stars. It takes a fair amount of time, and there are lots of particles in your way. So, yeah. Anyway, just because you can't see them doesn't mean they're not there. So, anyway, technically it's why space is black and why you can't see everything, because the particles eventually stop moving. Eventually, particles can only go a certain distance. They go forever in space as long as there's nothing in it. But there is stuff in it. There's particles that you can't see. Really small, thin particles. Anyway, I don't really care. Go up into space, take some samples. And for a while there, they said there was nothing in space. Space was empty. It's like, no, it's not. There's millions of particles. Light eventually stops moving. It's a particle. You only think it's a wave, or you think it's actually a particle that's too small to see or too small to be able to read. You only think it's a particle when it actually bumps into another particle. So that's why it appears to be a wave and a particle, but it's never a wave. It's always a particle. It doesn't really transmutate. It just bumps into things, and then you can detect it. That's why it seems to be 2 holes or 1 hole or whatever. Anyway, something like that. Anyway, mathematics, just do the math on it, basically. There's 1,000 particles that you cannot see or sense or be able to tell they're there, unless you're on the infinitesimally small scale. Anyway, it's what makes up particles. Particles are not really just one particle or one thing. They're actually a group of things. Anyway, we eventually find this out or figure this out. Anyway, whatever, because I told people. Yeah, I just told people because I was like, it's going to take you too long to figure this out, so I'm just going to tell you, there are lots of particles you can't see, and they combine into things that you can see. So yeah, most things are made up of lots of other things. So anyway, go figure it out on your own. And I basically told my life forms this, and pretty much this is how they know, or they had some idea of what the hell was going on in the universe. And then they just had to figure out ways of actually detecting that stuff. And that's what formed up for science. Anyway, so at some point in time, me being epic and me knowing, possessing all this information, I was like, you know what? I'm not going to argue with you here. Just do it the easy way. There are lots of particles that you cannot see or sense or know about in this universe, and they will and can kill you, depending on how fast they're moving. The air actually stops them because all particles have to go through that in order to get to you on the surface of this planet, which is basically a couple of 1,000 feet of pretty much matter sitting on top of you, or some sort of, like, air is not just air. Air has other things in it. Oxygen always combines with other things. Some amount of moisture is in there. And whatever, I don't care. Anyway, I didn't care because, like, that's why they say God is ambivalent. The creator Lucifer is ambivalent. I didn't care anymore. It's like, it's been, a bunch of people basically were harassing me, basically saying, you're not going to win. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. You're not, blah, blah, blah. Your dreams of grandeur. You're making this up. Blah, blah, blah. It's like, my God, I'm done. I don't give a fuck. I'm the real Lucifer Star. Abuses of free will and being able to harass me for however long are beside the point. And drugging me until I forget who I am is beside the point. I don't give a fuck. But I am the one who chose the money, and I am the one who named America and did all this stuff. So a bunch of other stupid idiots going around going, existential existence, I'm the real Romeo. It's like, yeah, you heard her conversation. She wants to go see the Lakers. Wow, and you happen to have 2 tickets. Oh my God, you're a mind reader. Anyway, a bunch of idiots running around like this. Oh, and the girls are like, and the guy's like, hey, you want to go to the Lakers game? It's like, she just told her best friend like 4 days ago. And a lot of girls also figure this out because, like, yeah, I just told my best friend that. Now this weird guy comes up to me and says, you want to go to the Lakers? Anyway, women aren't stupid. People aren't stupid. So anyway, a lot of people figured it out. I didn't care. That's why Rodney and a bunch of other people were running scared, because of course they're going to figure it out. They figured out a lot of things, including science. Anyway, I don't really care. I'm Lucifer Star. I just made myself an American citizen at Brighton. Took some time off. Anyway, the bunch of people take that as whatever. And start running around making a mess of everything. Claiming to be existential existence and like gods or something. It's like, wow, you can type into a spreadsheet that you're rich and pretend to be rich and pretend to buy cars. Ooh, your check's actually clear. Fakely. Anyway, when push came to shove it came time to feed people. They found out their money was no good. Basically. I mean, you try and spend your money with another country and it's like, what am I going to do with this? I got vaults of it. Lots of people, and they're like, ooh! It's like, well, yeah. Maybe they typed into a spreadsheet too and made themselves rich. It's not exactly a great secret. Anyway, basically whatever. I don't give a fuck. That's what all the stars are about. And I actually really did own Germany because I built it. I owned America because I built it. And I owned Earth because I built it. Actually from the ground up. From first particle creation all the way up. And I don't give a fuck anymore. I don't care. Enjoy your existence.